Hey, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to talk about the consequences of false accusations in the Torah. We might look at the legal system in the society around us, and we may notice some correlations with commands in the Torah. For example, there is supposed to be a principle of equal application of the law, that regardless of who the person is, the law is being applied to them just as it would be applied to anyone else. And there is also this notion that it is better to let a guilty person go than to be punishing the innocent, especially when it comes to something like capital punishment. And we might also see examples of cross-examination of testimony and investigating a matter thoroughly before making judgment over it. However, not everything that is done in the society around us reflects what is supposed to be done in the Torah society. And one example of this is the issue of false witnesses and the consequences for providing false testimony, as we see in Deuteronomy 19. One witness shall not rise in man for all iniquity and for all wrongdoing, in all wrong which he shall do wrong. On decree of 2 witnesses, or on decree of 3 witnesses, word shall rise. If unjust witness shall rise in man, to answer in him deviantly, and the 2 men shall stand, which to them belongs the contention, before Yahuwah, before the priests and the judges which shall be in those days. And the judges shall inquire, causing to be good, and behold, false witness. The false witness answered in his brother. And you shall do to him as which he planned to do to his brother, and you shall eradicate the evil from your midst. And the ones remaining shall hear, and they fear, and they shall not add to do further as this evil word in your midst. Whenever there is an accusation or a contention, whenever there is a case that arises, the men are being brought before the priests and the judges. They are standing before the judges. And the judges are inquiring diligently after these testimonies. And in the case that they realize there is a false testimony, that the witness has testified falsely, has testified unjustly, the person is being punished according to the punishment of the crime that he testified falsely about. And the people shall hear of this, and they shall fear, and they shall be deterred from continuing to do like this. In many of the societies around us today, there is no real consequence for providing false testimony, even when it comes down to things like murder. There are some people that simply are not afraid of providing a rumor as if it was eyewitness testimony, or claiming that someone did something just as an attack against them. There isn't really a deterrent, a real consequence, in many cases in the societies around us. However, this is not so in the Torah society. The people are to be fearful of providing false testimony. And instead of no real consequence, there is a consequence based upon the seriousness of those accusations and claims. The same punishment that would have been arrived at if those claims were true, that punishment is being applied to that false witness. And the people will hear of this, and they will fear, and they will be deterred from doing likewise. Thanks for watching, and remember the commands. Shalom.